Hi, it's Elaine from Penguin Place Crafts. And I just realized I didn't bring one of my props. Oh well, I can get by without it. I had a show yesterday. And after the discouragement of the last couple of shows, where I would print out a full page for my little tallies, where I write down what's sold, how much, little check boxes if I've marked it out of inventory and taken it off Etsy. And I have things over on this sheet like, okay, if you sell this much, you beat your worst show of the year. So I have all this stuff up. For the last couple shows, I printed out 2 copies because it's like, yeah, this is going to be such a good show. I'm going to fill up over 1 page. Only filled up half a page. So this time I was like, I'm only printing out 1 page. Murphy's Law clicked in. Yes! I filled out the whole page, had to write 3 or 4 things on the bottom, and then I think I had 4 things on the back. I set a new record for that high school show. My previous record was $300. I sold $347 and stuff. Yeah. So I did sell out of a few things. So pretty much my list of stuff to make for November, because I have stuff to restock. See, Carolyn from Love of Crochet, you're teaching me bad habits. Just throwing stuff over my shoulder. Okay. 2 funny stories regarding my discouragement from Friday when the lady said she wants to return her dragon because it's not the same as the one she sold for. Even though I told her I cannot make one exactly the same. The first item to sell at this show was my other boucle dragon. So it's like, okay, once that dragon comes back, I think it's going to sell pretty quick. The other thing, the name of that dragon that's being returned is Grayson. At this show, there was a little boy named Grayson. His mom was my best customer of the day. So, yay! 2 little things, coincidences that were like, yep, don't sweat it about this dragon being returned. It's just a speed bump in the road of life. Everything's going to work out fine. Okay, my list, I typed the whole thing in and I sorted it by alphabetical order so that I can see like which things need to be restocked. And I sorted it by price and I sorted it by chronological. So I have lots of information to put into my notebook regarding this show. It was just such a good show. It needed some extra organization. I had 2 Ankylosaurus, Twinkle Toes and Rosie. They both sold. You know how I said Grayson's mom was my best customer of the day? She was shopping with Grayson to buy presents for his sister, and then somebody else took Grayson away shopping, and the sister bought stuff for Grayson for Christmas. So apparently the sister is going to give Grayson Mr. Bright, and Grayson is going to give his sister Twinkle Toes. Got that? I don't know if I got it, but okay. My little axolotls. Paid pattern on Etsy from Minigurumi, but I think it's only like $1 for the pattern. I sold 3 of those. Yay! I sold one of my bulky bees. I need to make another one because I had this little cubby, one of these collapsible totes for the birds and the bees. I had a few different birds in there. Sold the cockatiel and one of the bees. So now it is the birds and the bee, and I need to correct that. I sold my carrot top pickle monster. I think he was version like 5.0. I just have this fun. I'll make something that looks like a pickle, put a splash of orange hair on the top, and just make it sort of monsterish, and I call it Carrot Top Pickle Monster. And I just keep making them. I put them in my bargain bin. This time I used one of these collapsible totes that has the window in the front, and people were having a ball just going through there, rooting through, looking for stuff. I think I sold, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 mini items this time. You know, $8 doesn't sound like much, but you get 15 of them, and that adds to your show. So I was doing well with the mini items today. Okay, we got through my little coffee cups. They're only $5 because it's a free pattern on my blog. They're only about that big. Some are happy, some are sad. I have on my list that I sold 3 of them, but the numbers aren't quite jiving in my inventory. So I think somebody may have just like picked up a coffee cup and handed me a $5 bill, and then somebody else was distracting me, and I just never wrote it down because it says I sold 3. I think I sold more than that. But I'm remaking those. I just made one last night. So that's another one. You know, forget the November goals. Restock the stuff that's selling. Okay. I sold 3 different cows. Hershey, the Highland cow that I just made on Thursday, it sold $20. And then I had 2 smaller cows. There is a pattern. It's like the low-sew cow pattern. I'll have to link it in the description because I don't remember exactly who I got it from. But I had made one that was about 4 inches tall from worsted weight yarn. I think it was white with purple. Or was white with purple? Maybe it was the other way around. I think that one was tan and white. But whatever. I sold the little 4-inch one for $8 and the like 6 or 7-inch one for $12. So I need to make more cows. I did finish one worsted weight white cow with pink accents at the show yesterday. So I did replace one that sold. Told you about the dragon. Flip Octopus. Those were really hot this week. It is a paid pattern from Custom Crochet CA. I think it's only $1. It's a great bargain. Go buy it on Etsy. I'll link it in the description once I get on the laptop. I was telling people, this is your early warning device for your office desk. If you're having a bad day, you want people to stay away, you put up the grumpy octopus. If you're having a good day and you want people to stop by to chat, flip it to happy. And people were buying them. Yeah, I need to make some more. Flip octopus. I also sold 2 pop mushrooms. One was just the regular, I think it's a free Instagram pattern by Crochet. And then I'm not sure where I got the frog, the pop mushroom. It's got a frog on the bottom and a mushroom on the top, and the mushroom top pops up and down. I'll have to link that in the descriptions because I don't have that up here. I sold 2 geckos. One was one of my crazy critter challenges from earlier this year, when the crazy critter challenge came up as an orange gecko with pink stripes. Somebody just fell in love with it and bought it. Yay! I sold 1 glow-in-the-dark monster, which was in my bargain bin. One item that was on my November goals list was hamsters. I made 2 on Friday night and finished up another one on Saturday early in the show. So I got a picture of all 3 together. And I sold the one with the peach top. I sold the leggy frog. It was my last green leggy frog. So I need to break out my velvet green yarn from Temu and make some more leggy frogs. Yep. I sold 2 of my little octopus. It's my own paid pattern for, I think I call it baby octopus, and they turned out pretty good size. Sold 2 of those from my $8 or 2 for 15 bin. That was a very popular bin. The mini penguin, I think I got a picture, from Minigurumi. It's a paid pattern on Etsy. I sold one of those. I think I have one left, but I'm not quite sure where it is. I need to find it. I sold a pickle. I just made a little green pickle and had it in my veggie bin. And somebody decided they wanted to buy a pickle. They have a friend who loves pickles. So I need to make some more pickles. I saw a Facebook post about putting them in one of those plastic storage jars and calling them emotional support pickles. So as soon as I can get one of those jars, I gotta make up some pickles and make a sign that says emotional support pickles. Another thing that really sold from my $8 or 2 for 15 bin was the mini Triceratops. It's a YouTube tutorial by Club Crochet or Crochet Club, can't remember which. Yeah, I'll link it in the description. I had 5 of them. I sold 4 of them. Yay! And once I typed up my list of everything that sold, I was looking at it and it's like, wait a minute. And I looked over my handwritten list again. There's no chili pepper on here. I sold a chili pepper for $4. Just this tiny little thing about this big. Somebody wanted to buy a chili pepper. So I think this show was so busy that I might have gotten some sales that didn't get recorded. Like if somebody just picked up a coffee cup and handed me $5, maybe I didn't record it into my sales. So I may have had more than $347 in sales. But I'm happy. I mean, this was my second best show of the year. It was only nudged out by about $40 by Street Fest back in July when I had the 10 by 10 tent. That was the show that got rained out. I think having a full tent all to myself for Street Fest, which usually has thousands of people walking through, if we were to have good weather for that, I think I could potentially hit $1,000 in sales. So next year I have 2 July big events planned with a tent outside. So with 2 of them planned within the course of a couple of weeks, I think one of them's got to have good weather and one of them's going to set a new record. So I'm going to go see how much crocheting I can get done before I fall asleep for my Sunday afternoon nap. I did get an Etsy order for a Highland cow on Saturday morning, so I need to work on that to get that out in the mail. And I'm going to be restocking, get out some cute colors and make some Triceratops and coffee cups and flip octopus. Just lots of fun little stuff. And I'll probably start another Ankylosaurus just because I'm all out. It feels so good to have had a good show. So, bye-bye. I have one more show this Saturday. And then I'm really going to focus on getting the craft room organized and getting stuff listed on Etsy and updating listings and just getting things together. Yeah, I say that all the time. I'm going to get my act together. It's like I'm going to get all my ducks in a row, but those little ducks, they got a mind of their own. I think yarn, it's like, oh, yep, I'm going to work down my yarn stash. It just magically repopulates. No, it doesn't. I go yarn shopping. Bye-bye.